Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a hair tutorial on how to get this hair look, curling your hair using no heat and minimal products. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Right, okay, so I've just got out of the shower. It's the evening. I'm just about getting ready to go to bed. And I've got my hair up in a t-shirt, not a towel. I never use a towel because I find that it makes it really rough and hard to brush. If you put it in like a really soft cotton t-shirt, it keeps your hair smooth and stops all the knots. So I'm going to just take my hair out of the towel. It's probably been in the towel for about 10 minutes just while I've done my nighttime skincare. Also, before we start, I just want to address this thing here that everyone's looking at. I've had such good skin for so long, and the minute I decide to make my first YouTube video with no makeup on, this guy pops up, and this one, and a load of others around my face. So if we could just ignore that, that would be great. And we'll just get on with what we're doing. So I'm just going to brush my hair now. I like to make sure that it's really brushed through with no knots in at all, because otherwise it makes it really difficult when you start French plaiting it. Okay, so I don't use any products when I do this hairstyle. This is why I like it so much, because it's really easy and quick. There's no products, so I feel like the less products you can put in your hair, the better. I don't use any products for my hair also because it is slightly wavy naturally. It used to be really curly, then I straightened it to death. So now it's just slightly wavy. So it holds a curl really well. So I don't actually need kind of any curl products to put in my hair. If you've got really fine straight hair, or hair that doesn't hold a curl very well, like if you tong it and it doesn't hold a curl very well, then I'd probably say it's more than likely it's not going to hold the plait curl as well. So you might want to put some kind of curling product in, a curling mousse, or a curl spray, something that you would use when you're tonging your hair. Anything just to give it a little bit more kind of texture, which will keep the curl in. But don't put too much in, because then it will look crunchy, and I've been there. It looks a bit crunchy, it doesn't look very natural, and it just looks a bit messy. So keep the products to a minimum, but if your hair doesn't hold a curl, definitely use them. So although I don't use any curling products as such on my hair, there's one product that I do always use when I wash my hair, and again it's because I'm paranoid about the bleach and the breakage, and that's the OGX again, Nourishing Coconut Milk Anti-Breakage Serum. And I just put a little bit of this into the palm of my hand, one pump, because it really makes your hair look greasy if you put too much in. And I just run it through the ends of my hair. I always put my hair over to that side. I feel like that always gets more product. So I just make sure that I really rub it into like the ends and the mid-lengths, but mostly the ends. And again, this product, because it is a cat. Cleo, what are you doing? Yeah, so what was I saying? Cleo. Oh no, silly girl. Yeah, so, oh that's right, that's what I was saying. So with the silver shampoo, when that helps to make my hair, the blonde, look shiny as well, this can also help because it gives it an almost greasy look. But if you just put the right amount on, it gives it that shine as well. So when a lot of people comment on my Instagram photos when I have my hair like this, it's usually a mixture of all those things, the silver shampoo and then the shine that comes from the coconut milk serum. And it does make it look really shiny. And my hair isn't shiny, it's not shiny at all, it's actually really quite dull. So that's my little tricks. I don't put it up, I wait until all the product's gone from my hands really, and then I'll just run it through there in the hope that it might tame some flyaways. So now I've put the serum through it, I'll just give it one more quick brush because I've messed it up a little bit when I was rubbing it through, because again I just don't want to have any kind of knot in there at all. I'm assuming quite a few people know how to French plait. What I will say, just reminded me now because I'm looking in the viewfinder, when people say that they can't do French plaits and it's really difficult, it just takes practice. I'm going to put my hair down for a second while I talk. It really does just take practice. But my one tip would be, don't look in the mirror, because I think when you're learning you'd be tempted to look in the mirror to try and see what you're doing, but I find it really confuses me, because when I start looking about what I'm doing, all of a sudden you don't know whether you're going over, under, your hands are reversed, so everything's a bit confusing. Just go by how your arms feel, how your fingers feel, and you feel the hair yourself. So as long as you can do a French plait, you'll be able to do this, and it will be a go-to quick and easy hairstyle. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now and just get on with the plait. Okay, so we're starting from the top, and I always take my first bit from the middle section, and then I take the other two bits from either side. And like I said, you really don't have to worry about what it looks like. So I've got my 3 sections, and we're doing the French plait, so it's going to go over the top. So you just, first of all, I'm going to plait these 3 sections before I start doing the French part and taking the hair from either side and adding to it. So just a normal plait, over, over. Okay, so then you start doing the French plait, taking the section that you've already got and a little bit more from underneath and just throwing it over the top. And then the other side, your section you've already got plus a little bit from the side underneath it. And then put that one over the middle. And I always just drop the middle bit, so I've always got my hands free. So this middle bit here, I'll just drop that down in the middle, and I don't need to hold it. So I'm always holding the 2 outside pieces of hair. So again, just grab that with some extra hair, and then this is when I'll grab the middle bit again, and then that becomes my side bit. So I'll drop the middle bit, and then again pick up the edge bit, and then pull the middle part over to the side. And then I'll just carry on doing that all the way down, taking the hair from each side, but I don't ever take hair from the middle. I'm not sure whether that's normal or not, but I don't do it anyway. And then I try, and the curlier you want it, the smaller the sections you're going to want to take, because obviously that's going to give you more curls. If you get straight down to the hair on your ear in 2 goes, you're going to have less curls. So you want to kind of split it up a little bit depending on how curly you want your hair. Right, so when you get to the bottom and you've got no more hair to grab, you then just turn into a normal plait, as you would do. There's nothing to grab, just make sure you've got all the little hairs at the bottom. And then that just goes into all the way down. I like to go down as far as I can go, because then it curls all the way down to the bottom. Otherwise you kind of get a kink in the bottom. I just usually bring it down, and then take it down as far as I can go, and it starts getting really thin and scraggly. Where's my hair? Oh, it's on my wrist. Okay, and then let's tie that off. And sometimes when I do it, I just, if I remember, I tuck that little bit of hair underneath, don't pull it all the way through, a bit like you've done a little bun, and then that keeps it curly at the bottom. Whether it stays like that overnight is another matter. Okay, so that is the French plait, and like I said, it doesn't look fantastic. It's not exactly, you know, flattering, and it's bumpy, but it doesn't matter because it's in. And I don't know whether you can see in the camera, but I've got that much space where before the plait starts, if you see what I mean. So that's going to give me a little bit of straightness at my roots, so I'm not like this. Sometimes I look like I've got a lion's mane, and again, it's not really a good look. So do make sure that you keep that kind of gap from your hairline. So what I will do now is I will go to bed, sleep on it, and then tomorrow morning I'll take it out and I'll show you how it's styled. So Good morning. So it's the next day. I've already got up and I've done my makeup, as you can see, which I have made a tutorial on. So if you click the link in the description box, you'll be able to watch that. So now all that's left to do is just take the plait out and style it. Okay, so take the plait out. Okay, so once it's out, it's going to look a little bit kind of crazy, but you can see the type of curl you get. Now this looks quite tight at the minute, but once I've fiddled around with it, it will loosen up. But you have got to be careful not to play with it too much, because there is no product on it, so it can go a little bit frizzy if you're not careful. So what I would do now is I would flip my head over. Right, when doing that, I'm just trying to sort the top bit out, because the top bit's got no kind of parting in it, so you have to do it yourself. Now before I play around with it anymore, what I will do is put a texturising spray in it, to stop it from going too frizzy if I'm playing with it. My favourite texturising spray to use is the Amica Undone Texture Spray. So I find it gives your hair a good texture without it looking too crunchy and too much like you've got product on. So it holds it and gives you a bit of oomph without looking like you've got loads of stuff on. So what I'll do is I'll just spray it through the actual curls, and then I'll put some in the top of my head as well. And then flip over again and rub it all in. So once I'm happy with how the curls look, see they've kind of dropped a little bit now, and they will drop a little bit throughout the day too, so I don't want to play with it too much. I'm always a little bit paranoid about my hair going flat at the top, especially when it's been freshly washed. So what I will do is just get some dry shampoo, good old trusty Batiste. That's all I really use. I've tried loads of other dry shampoos and I always come back to this kind. And then I'll just spray that carefully, just in the roots. Again, I don't want to play with it too much. Rub that into my roots. And then that will just give it a little bit more texture at the top. Make sure you get all the white powder out. Not a good look. And that's it. So that's the finished look. Curls with no heat, not too much time, just you're only sleeping on it, so it doesn't take up much time at all. And then 2 seconds to style it and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed watching this hair tutorial. If you liked it, please give the video a like so I know you enjoyed it and I can make more. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!